Hello, everyone. Welcome to Oswatch Football. My name's Lockie, and this is the live reaction to the draw for the Australia Cup round of 32 for 2025. If you're tuning in on the replay, I'll leave a timestamp in the comments if you want to jump to where the live draw actually starts to watch the reactions and my thoughts on this draw. But of course, this is, in a way, the first little glimpse of what we're going to get for next season. Obviously, it's a long off season in the A Leagues. But this Australia Cup round of 32 draw sort of kicks off the new season in a way. Obviously, the Australia Cup 2025 has been going on for some time now, but we are now entering the final rounds, the round of 32. We love the Australia Cup. We love it. It's a wonderful tournament. And very curious to see what matchups we get today. And here to experience it all with you guys. So feel free to jump into chat, say g'day. How are you feeling? Is your team in the Australia Cup this year? Mine isn't. Being a Central Coast Mariners fan. Very disappointed, obviously, the Mariners got knocked out in the Australia Cup playoffs. I am Mr. Ducky here in the live chat. Says Perth better get a good draw. Obviously, Perth Glory, a team who went through the playoffs and did defeat Central Coast Mariners. Frenzied Rabbit, g'day. Good to see you here. Butter's here as well. Phoenix versus Auckland, please. Yes, of course, this is the first time that Auckland FC are featuring in the Australia Cup. So, very curious to see what happens there. And yeah, I mean, we could get our first ever New Zealand matchup, in New Zealand for the Australia Cup if it is Phoenix versus Auckland, which of course is it's a chance. It's a slim chance, but it could happen. Wouldn't that be incredible? Sam's here in the live chat as well. Sam says, how's it going, Lockie? It's been a while since I've watched your streams. So how have you been? I've been well, Sam. Thanks for asking, man. I've been busy. I've been well. Sam goes on to say, tonight officially kicks off the Mark Milligan era. Well, not exactly, but close to the first game. Yeah, Mark Milligan, the new head coach of Newcastle Jets. Very curious to see how Jets go this upcoming season under the leadership of Mark Milligan. And yes, this is our first stream in some time. We are back with the live streams, and it's something I'm keen to bring back for the upcoming season, that's for sure. G'day, Troy. Good to see you here, mate. How are you? Says, Lockie, it's been ages. This will be interesting. Will be interesting indeed. And yes, it has been some time. Appreciate you guys joining us here for the live reaction tonight. Of course, if you want to watch the actual draw, it's available on the Football Australia YouTube channel. I think they got it on there, like their socials as well, Facebook, X. So you can watch that as well. But here we'll be running through the draw as it happens as well, giving you my live thoughts and reaction to the matchups. And yeah, man, we're keen. Butter here says, very important question, which will forever dictate the outcome of the draw. What did you have for dinner? I actually haven't had dinner yet. And Butter, I know you're from New Zealand, so I believe you would have had dinner. I haven't had a meal yet. I did have a chalky milk not too long ago, though. I'll tell you that. G'day there, Ethan. How are you? Says, mate, are you wearing double denim? I'm not, just the denim jacket. Staying warm, of course, in the middle of winter. Frenzied Rabbit says, did you see that Hingett has finished up at the Raw? Yes, I did see that. 14 years, huge number of games. Surely not that many players with the same kind of history in the league. Yeah, it's been an incredible career for Jack Hingett. He's not retiring, is he? Like, he's not, as far as I'm aware, he's not retiring. So curious to see what happens next for Jack Hingett. I could see him going to another A-League club. I think he's still good enough. He's obviously got enormous experience. I mean, what teams out there are looking for a decent right back? I'm just scrolling through my mind. I mean, MacArthur picked up Callum Talbot, so I think they're all right. I thought about my own Central Coast Mariners, but we've still got Storm Roux there. He's very reliable. So yeah, Jack Hingett, we'll see whether he ends up at another A-League club as well. Troy asks, do we have any updates on the Redmayne situation with us? And that Iramendi link seems to be nothing now. Yeah, we haven't heard anything since, hey? Haven't heard anything since. And obviously there's been a lot of speculation in regards to what's happening with Central Coast Mariners and the ownership situation. And again, we haven't heard anything on that. So we've been starved of news, of any sort of news at Central Coast Mariners. But I'm just hoping, we're all hoping, obviously, that something comes together and it all goes through. But I'll tell you what, Andrew Redmayne, I wouldn't mind him back at the Central Coast Mariners. And Iaro the pronunciation, excuse the pronunciation there. That would obviously be a tremendous signing for the Mariners as well. Sam asks, "Have you been tuning into the Club World Cup?" I haven't actually, not that much. I've been keeping up to date with the scores and stuff, but I actually haven't been watching it all that much. But yeah, obviously a big, I guess, talking point amongst the Australia and of course New Zealand football communities has been Auckland, not Auckland FC, Auckland City over there in the Club World Cup, who grabbed the draw, right? Grabbed the draw recently. So the draw itself looks like it's about to get underway. Of course, you can watch the draw itself over on the Football Australia YouTube channel. We're going to be here reacting to it live, giving you my live thoughts. As you can see so far, we've got our the graphic up here on the side, team versus team. We will be filling this up as it goes through. Obviously, 16 games total for the round of 32. There's some new teams entering the final rounds here, the round of 32. And we'll see. I mean, will this finally be the year where we get a non-A-League team to win the Australia Cup? We shall see. But the draw is underway. Great to have the Suited and Booted guys. I'm sure you guys are aware of this Suited and Booted podcast. The folks from that podcast are running the draw tonight, which is great to see. Awesome. They're doing awesome stuff over there. So, how are you feeling? How are you guys feeling? Say good day in the chat. If you're just jumping in, make sure to hit the like button, support the channel. The Australia Cup, something to keep us occupied over the long A-League off-season. G'day, Adam. Auckland FC joins the Australia Cup. That's right, Adam. Auckland FC. Who will they face in their first ever Australia Cup match? Leanne in the chat, g'day, says, sad Mariners got knocked out. Yeah, it's obviously disappointing being a Mariners fan. For us Mariners fans, it was obviously a disappointing way to end the season to lose that playoff match against Perth Glory up in Darwin. Alrighty. Matt Mackay there as well. Matty Mackay, Brisbane Roar legend. Part of the draw as well. Good to see. Gritio here saying Adelaide's going to hit the bottom two. I mean, there's obviously been a lot of talk around Adelaide United. We put a video out last week talking about that news that came out from the Reds of some controversy, some drama behind the scenes. And hello to A-League Edits. G'day, good to see you here. Says g'day, Lockie. Early predictions. Who is first and runner-up for the Cup? It's always a tricky one to predict. Like, A-League predictions, well, I mean, the A-League is difficult to predict, as we know as well. But, like, the Australia Cup predictions, that's why we love the Cup, because it is so random and anyone can make their way through. But I tell you what, I mean, in terms of a team, it's all about the teams who are sort of sorting out their teams early on in the A-League's off-season. And the teams who are doing that are, well, Perth Glory have already been making some pretty impressive signings so far. They've brought in the like of Brian Kaltak, Scott Wooten, Sam Sutton. Who else has been busy in the off-season so far? There's been a few teams who have been very, very quiet. But there's a few teams we are certainly keeping an eye on. Mel Victory have already brought in a couple decent signings as well. Hello to Dora in the live chat. Hey, how come you don't live that much games anymore? That many games anymore? It's just been it's been a while since we've done the live streams. Hey, certainly looking to bring it back. It's something that we weren't able to do for the back end of last season. But hey, if you guys are keen, let me know. Definitely keen to bring back the live streams, and I'm sure we'll line up some live watch-alongs for the Australia Cup round of 32, which of course gets underway in a few weeks' time in July. Adam mentioning that Auckland City had a 1-1 draw with Boca Juniors earlier today to finish their FIFA Club World Cup competition. It's a great result, eh? Great result for Auckland City. Of course, as we've seen, have been regularly confused with Auckland FC online. So they're obviously crossing live to some of the clubs who are watching the draw. Daniel Georgieski, Archie Thompson. Petition for the live streams for the Australia Cup, says Troy. Hey, I'm definitely keen to bring him back, that's for sure. Yeah, man. Indeed. Sam here, Sam, a Newcastle Jets fan. Sam in the live chat says, I wouldn't say the Jets have been overly active, but we have locked in Kota Mizunuma. Yeah, great signing. Re-signing, which was key, and have been linked with the centre-back from Scotland, but I do hope the stuff with Clayton gets fixed and he stays. Yeah, Clayton Taylor, yeah, there was a bit of talk that Clayton Taylor was looking to force a move away from the Jets. Mark Milligan, I think, we saw said that he was keen to keep Taylor at the Jets. And hey, if he's contracted at the club, he's got to stick around, hey? Frenzied Rabbit says, all I want is cup sets all day long. Yeah, dude, I mean, last year we had a bunch of cup sets, didn't we? I can't remember any specific results, but we did. There were a number of cup sets, weren't there? Yeah. Leanne asks, are you excited for the Matildas friendlies? I am specifically just because it's Joe Montemuro's first games in charge. Tomorrow night, the era gets underway. My preview for those games and chatting a little bit about the squad. That video is up on the channel right now if you want to check it out. But yes, I am excited for those Matildas friendlies. Not only for Joe Montemuro, just going to see what he throws up in terms of tactics for Matildas, but also there's so many players who we haven't seen in Matildas squads for some time. The likes of Emily Gilnick, Alex Chidiac, Chloe Berryhill's in there as well. There's some new faces in there as well for the Matildas squad. So yeah, should be good. 4 games for the Tillies over the next couple of weeks. So the draw itself isn't underway yet. They are going through the little talky talk beforehand, as they always do, of course. Running through the clubs that will be involved in the draw itself, of course, all the way, I should say, from all over Australia. I did see that, Sam. Yeah, Newcastle Jets got a new, signed a new kit brand deal with New Balance. And wasn't there a tease from Wellington Phoenix recently? It was last week or something. Saw Wellington Phoenix tease something about the yellow and black stripes. Maybe that was coming back for their kit. I remember seeing that on their socials, I think last week sometime. So hey, we might get some A-League kit reveals soon, hey? Appreciate you guys joining us for our live reaction to the Australia Cup round of 32 draw. The draw itself, I'm sure, is about to get underway. We'll be reacting to it, discussing it here, and we'd love to get your thoughts as well as the draw happens. Will we get any big A-League matchups in the round of 32? There often is a few, of course. And obviously, hopefully we get some exciting matchups. Like it'd be exciting to get, if we get an A-League team from New South Wales against a New South Wales NPL team, and same for Victoria. Like it'd be cool if we get some sort of derby matches like that in the cup as well, hey? Frenzy Rabbit, speaking about that, Frenzy Rabbit asks, what matchup do you want to see the most? Yeah, I mean, to go along on that note, I would take any derby. Like I said, I think if we can get like an NPL side from Sydney against like a Sydney FC or Wanderers, Macarthur, something like that, that'd be fun. Yeah. Hey, Joshy, good to see you here. I'm doing well. Good to see you here, Joshy. Great to see everyone here. This is our first live stream for some time. We are back with the live streams. We are back and very much eager for this draw. Hello to EB Gamer here as well. Thanks everyone for joining in. Casey's here. Says New Zealand derby could be insane. It would be, but wouldn't it be great if we got that like later on? Like imagine a New Zealand derby in the Australia Cup, which sounds funny, in like the semi-finals or something. We got a Sydney derby in the Australia Cup semi-finals a number of years ago, right? Didn't we? Ages ago. I remember that. Yeah. Cheers, Joshy. Can't wait for the Australia Cup final, says Joshy. Scott McDonald tuning in on the, checking in on the live stream for the on the Football Australia YouTube channel. Of course, Football Australia broadcasting the live draw. Get It says, I'm not a Mariners fan, but it's such a disappointment as a club as big as the Mariners aren't in the Cup. San Diego's Mariners have had a terrible, terrible run in the Australia Cup in recent years. Terrible. We haven't won. I was looking back the other day. We Mariners haven't won a game in the Australia Cup, I think, since 2021. Since the Mariners got to the final in 2021 of the Cup, lost to Melbourne Victory. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Mariners haven't won a game in the Australia Cup since 2021, and then we're not going to be in it this year, so we're going to have to wait till 2026 to potentially win an Australia Cup game. It's going to be 5 years maybe between wins in the Australia Cup for Central Coast Mariners. Anyway, if you guys want to check out more Mariners content, make sure to go check out Coast Watch Football. We've got dedicated Mariners content right there on that channel. I put out a video recently going through 10 players that I'd love to see Mariners sign. In that video, I did mention Anthony Caceres. He has recently joined Macarthur FC. EB Gamer says, I can't believe Caceres, Redmayne, Segajic, Klamala, Kachowski, Burgess, and so much more players left Sydney FC. Yeah, a little bit of a shake-up at the Sky Blues. A lot of players departing there. Love your content, cheers, says EB Gamer. Thanks, EB. Appreciate it. G'day, Peter. Peter asks, are all matches played in Australia, or could you get New Zealand United 58 going to New Zealand? All the matches will be played in Australia. The only exception is if we do get Wellington Phoenix versus Auckland FC. But aside from that, all games will be played in Australia. That's pretty much been a rule, I think, since the creation of this competition. So, yes, all games to be played in Australia. Alligator says, I don't know what Ufuk Talay and the club are scheming for Sydney FC's future. I mean, there'll be a team to certainly watch this off-season in the transfer window. What do they do? Because obviously they were the huge disappointment of last season in the A-League. Sydney FC to finish that low, man, terrible. Just an absolute disaster for Sydney FC. So they have to do something. Sydney FC have to do something. There is so much pressure on them. And especially for Ufuk Talay's sake, the thing for Sydney FC as well, not only do they have to have a good season next year, but they have to start the season well. If Sydney FC have a poor start to the season, Ufuk Talay is going to be out within a couple of months, I'd expect. Because, myself and everyone, all other Sydney FC supporters, as far as I've seen, are bewildered as to why Ufuk Talay is still in charge. But yeah, with the team that they have to not make finals was one of the biggest disasters in A-League history, in my opinion. Hello, Compact. Compact says, hey, mate, it's been a while. Glad the stream is back. G'day, Compact. Thanks for joining us on our first live stream in some time. And yes, we are back. We are back. With the live streams. The videos have been here on the channel, but the live streams are back. So it's been some time, but it's always great to chat with you guys and chat with you live and get your feelings and thoughts on what's been happening in Australian football. Obviously, a lot has happened. And even just the last month or so. From Socceroos qualifying for the World Cup, Matilda's new head coach Joe Montemurro taking over, the A-League's season's wrapping up in the last couple of months as well. G'day, Owen. Good to see you here as well. Owen says, I thought the draw already happened, or was that the teams that have entered the draw? Yes. That was, I believe they just ran through the team. So we haven't had the draw yet. We are waiting anxiously for the draw to begin, but it's always great to have them chat to some of the clubs from across Australia who are featuring in this tournament. They're interviewing some of the coaches and players by the looks of things. So, the draw will surely get underway momentarily. It is 7:44 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thanks, guys, for joining us here tonight, wherever you are tuning in from. Make sure to hit the like button, support the video here, support the channel. You can also consider sending through a super chat to support the channel. And g'day, Boston. Good to see you here as well. No worries, Boston. Thoughts on MacArthur's signings? MacArthur's signings, yes, asks Owen. They've been very good. They've been very, very good. Obviously, Caceres to MacArthur was the one that was announced yesterday. Great move for MacArthur. And not only that, but bringing in Harry Politides and Callum Talbot from Melbourne City. Great signings for the Bulls. if they can re-sign Marin Jakalic, who I believe is off contract, if they can re-sign him, they've got a really solid team there, MacArthur. And we shouldn't forget MacArthur SC are the reigning champions of the Australia Cup and slowly turning into cup specialists. MacArthur SC, in their short history, they have won the Australia Cup twice. So that'll be interesting to see in this draw who gets MacArthur FC, because despite some inconsistency in the A-League competition, when it comes to the Australia Cup, MacArthur FC show up, man. They do. Sam says, just on Max Burgess, I reckon there's a chance the Jets could get him, as we do need a midfielder. Yes, there has been some talk online, hasn't there, that Max Burgess could be on his way to the Jets. So I think we're expecting that to happen. Yeah. Would be a good move. It would be a good move for Jets. Yeah. We're all pretty perplexed as to why Sydney FC didn't give Max Burgess more of an opportunity last season. Owen says, if we keep Adamson, I will be so happy. Last time we won it, we lost in the round of 32. That's right, Owen. Actually, you've just reminded me. I think it was against Campbelltown City, South Australia team. My memory's just been jogged there, Owen. In regards to Adamson, yeah, there's been some talk, some rumours that he could be heading to England. So I think that's probably the most likely outcome for Keely Adamson, which he deserves, because he was very good this past season for the Bulls. So the draw's going to get underway shortly. If you guys have any comments, thoughts, feelings on how your A-League team is looking at this moment in off-season, feel free to throw it in the chat. If you've got any questions, throw it in the chat. We'll keep up to date to how the draw goes once it gets underway. Team versus team at the moment, but we will be filling that up. Bob B says Docker to Japan. Is that happening? Is that breaking news? We love Mickey Docker, and he was obviously, I think, Marin's best player last season. It says, I know everyone saying it, but why did Sydney FC keep Tale? Was it because they had no one else? Why did they keep him? I mean, it's a good question. It's a good question. He's proved over his A-League career to be a top coach. He did well at Wellington Phoenix. Yeah, I mean, for the season they had Sydney FC, it was just, not a disaster for them last season to not finish in a finals position. Boston says, I'm looking forward to moving to the coast. Love it, Boston. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. The coast is beautiful. EB says, Raw legend leaves, a.k.a. Jack Hingett. Yes, we touched on that at the start of the stream as well. Yeah, Jack Hingett. His departure from Brisbane Roar was announced earlier today. G'day, Ethan. Where do you watch the draw at? It's on the Football Australia YouTube channel. It's on their socials, I think, too. The Australia Cup socials. But yeah, the football, I'm watching it on the Football Australia YouTube channel, I believe, right? Yeah, Football Australia YouTube channel. So you can watch it there. We'll be reacting to it live right here. Great, as mentioned earlier, to have the suited and booted guys hosting the draw. Matt Mackay also there as well. Matt Mackay, Brisbane Roar legend. Matt Mackay was one of everyone's favourite answers when it came to Griddle. Everyone remember Griddle? Of course, Griddle not around anymore, but the Ultimate A-League had that game, that Griddle game, the daily A-League player guessing game, and Matt Mackay was always a favourite player to throw in on Griddle. Compact says Portsmouth may well be called Osmouth. With the Aussies signing there. Yeah, you're right, Compact. Obviously, Adrian Segacic last week sealing his move to Portsmouth from Sydney FC. Really exciting move for Adrian Segacic. Obviously, he's coming off a just incredible season, winning the Golden Boot alongside Archie Goodwin in the A-League men's competition. And he's now alongside Jacob Farrell, Hayden Matthews, Thomas Waddingham, and obviously Portsmouth have had some Aussies there in recent years. Cassini Yengi, Sammy Silvera. Who else are we missing? What other Aussies have played at Portsmouth in recent years? I'm sure there's a few I'm missing there as well. Hey, yeah. Do you watch Suited and Booted? I do. Yeah, not all their stuff, but I do keep an eye on their content, and they've been awesome, man. They've been a great addition to the Australian football media landscape, if you like. So, again, running through all the teams involved, 11 A-League teams involved in the Australia Cup for 2025, the finals rounds. Central Coast Mariners and Brisbane Roar not a part of the Australia Cup finals rounds for 2025. That's right, no more Griddle. No more Griddle, unfortunately. They did shut down Griddle, unfortunately. So, surely the draw is going to get underway in just a moment. It's 7:51 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. G'day, Alex. Matt Mackay or Massimo Madoka? Are you asking like who I think's the better player? If that is the case, Alex, that's a tough one because those guys obviously played together for some years. You probably have to go Matty Mackay, though. He was just an absolute legend at Brisbane Roar. Socceroo, of course, as well, Matt Mackay. Thanks, Boston. Appreciate the compliment, man. So, maybe they're waiting till 8 o'clock to get the draw underway. Maybe they're giving it a full half an hour of build-up to get the draw underway. We'll see. Evie asks, Juan Mata or Douglas Costa? Well, like if you're basing it off the most recent A-League season, that's easy. It's Douglas Costa. Douglas Costa for sure. Obviously, Juan Mata at West Sydney Wanderers just barely having an impact. And that's not his fault. He was, sitting on the bench for most of the season. Hey. Sitting on the bench for most of this season. Juan Mata at Western Sydney Wanderers. So, hey, if Juan Mata sticks around for another year, hopefully we see him get some more game time. Alligator says, I just realised Caltech got knocked out of the Cup and now he is back in it with Perth. You're right. And of course it was Perth Glory who did knock out the mighty Central Coast Mariners in the Australia Cup playoffs last month. Hey, Blinkus, welcome to the live chat. Good to see you here. Big J in the chat, g'day. G'day, Big. Says Broich is the best Brisbane player of all time, even maybe the A-League's best player. He's considered by many to be the A-League's best player, so yeah, he's an absolute legend of the A-League and Brisbane Roar, Thomas Broich. Hey, I think the draw's about to get underway. Matt Mackay is standing up in front of a bowl, and looks like the draw's about to finally get underway here, folks. So we'll be filling out the teams along with the draw as it happens. Matt Mackay, former Socceroo, Brisbane Roar captain, the first team to be drawn. Who is it? Adelaide, Croatia, Raiders. That is team number one. They will be hosting a match up here in the round of 32. Adelaide, Croatia, Raiders from South Australia, of course. They will be playing Cooks Hill United, a team from northern New South Wales. Wow. There we go. We got our first matchup. Cooks Hill United. That is our first matchup. Adelaide, Croatia, Raiders taking on Cooks Hill United. The draw continues here. SD Raiders being drawn up next from New South Wales. We haven't got any A-League teams yet. SD Raiders, there's our A-League team. And we've got our Sydney derby, right? SD Raiders will be hosting the reigning Cup winners, MacArthur. Wow. There we go. We've got a derby match already. SD Raiders, MacArthur. That's going to be huge, dude. That's going to be huge at MacArthur. Two-time Australia Cup winners going to SD Raiders. Wow. Might have to get down to that one. Sydney derby indeed, Owen. Of course, Owen, a Bulls fan himself. Auckland FC have been drawn next, folks. Auckland FC They won't be hosting. Who will they have? Auckland FC will be the away team, unless it's Wellington. It's Gold Coast Knights. It's a trip to Queensland for the Black Knights against the Gold Coast Knights. How about that? Gold Coast Knights versus the Black Knights. Gold Coast Knights will host Auckland FC there. There we go. And as Casey says in the live chat, Knights Derby. That's right. That's right. Oh, I did spell Raiders wrong. Thanks for catching my typo there, Sam. We've got a couple Raiders already in the draw. All right, the draw continues. Olympic Kingsway has been drawn up next from WA. And they will be playing Melbourne Victory. Wow. Huge matchup for Olympic Kingsway against Melbourne Victory. Melbourne Victory recently signing Keegan Jelicic, Louis Dorigo. I've had a few big departures. Victory. Daniel Arzani is departed the club. Ryan Teague could be on his way out as well to secure a big move. But we've got 4 matchups so far. Adelaide Croatia Raiders from South Australia hosting Cooks Hill United from the Newcastle area. First up, the draw continues. Heidelberg United have been drawn next from Victoria. Heidelberg United will be playing Western Bears. Western Bears from northern New South Wales. There we go. Heidelberg United. There's such a regular team when it comes to the finals rounds of the Australia Cup. Heidelberg United. They will be taking on Western Bears. And as Troy reminds us here, Heidelberg beat us last year. That's right. Heidelberg did defeat Central Coast Mariners in the round of 32 last year. The next team drawn is Perth Glory. Glory have just been drawn back in the Australia Cup finals rounds once again after going through the playoffs. Will they have an A-League team here? Or it's Wellington Phoenix. It's a distance derby in the Cup. Perth Glory will host Wellington Phoenix, an all A-League matchup. Wow, the distance derby indeed, A-League edits. Perth Glory, Wellington Phoenix, an all A-League matchup, and it's a distance derby. What a start to the season for Wellington Phoenix. The next team drawn there, Avondale FC from Victoria. Avondale FC have Sterling Macedonia. Sterling Macedonia from WA. So it's a trip over to Victoria there. Avondale FC hosting Sterling Macedonia. Almost halfway through the draw now, folks. Still got plenty of A-League teams in the draw. We could get another all A-League matchup. Matt Mackay drawing another ball. Melbourne City have been drawn. Melbourne City, of course, the A-League champions. A-League champions, Melbourne City. The A-League champions, Melbourne City, will be playing as Matt Mackay opens the ball. Reveals the slip of paper. Apia Leichhardt. That is a big matchup in Sydney. Apia Leichhardt. Melbourne City. That is huge, dude. That's a big matchup right there in Sydney. Wow. Wow, dude. I mean, that one's drawing the eyes. We're looking at SD Raiders, MacArthur, Apia Leichhardt, Melbourne City. There'll be some big round of 32 matchups in the Sydney area. Wow. Olympic Kingsway against Victory. That's going to be a huge one for the Western Australia club as well. And obviously Glory Phoenix so far as well. Oh my gosh, dude. Next team drawn, Brisbane City. Brisbane City. Brisbane City. Who will they have in the round of 32? The team from Queensland. Still A number of A-League teams still remaining. It could be an A-League opposition here for City. Oh, it's Olympic FC. We've got an NPL Queensland derby in the round of 32. Brisbane City, Olympic FC. It's a Queensland derby in the round of 32. We don't see it that often. Wow. That's going to be a big one. Dude, this is already shaping up as one of the most intriguing round of 32s I think we've ever seen. Wow. Darwin Olympic have been drawn, the only entrance in the round of 32 from Northern Territory. Darwin Olympic. Who will they host? Could we see an A-League team heading up to Darwin? Darwin Olympic will be playing. Oh, that's a big matchup. Nunadoing. Oh, spelling. Excuse the spelling there. Nunawading City will be travelling to Darwin. Dude, I tell you what, we may well have some all A-League matchups here in these remaining ties. Next team drawn, Canberra, Croatia, the only entrant from ACT in the finals rounds. Metro Stars. Metro Stars, one of the top teams from South Australia, will be taking on Canberra, Croatia. Intriguing. Dude, what A-League teams do we have left? Sydney FC, Western United. Newcastle Jets still in the mix as well. Next matchup in the round of 32. Matt Mackay doing the draw. South Hobart. South Hobart obviously qualifying from Tasmania. What have they got? South Hobart. South Melbourne. Oh, South Melbourne heading down to Tassie to take on South Hobart, the Battle of the Souths. The Battle of the Souths in the round of 32. We've got some great matchups in this round of 32 so far, man. 4 matchups left to be drawn. Sam says, I already know. No need to do the draw. What A-League team will we verse? Troy says, looks like since we're not in it, we aren't playing Sydney again. That's right. No Sydney for Central Coast Mariners once again. Wanderers have just been drawn. Could be an A-League team here. Western Sydney Wanderers have been drawn against Peninsula Power. Peninsula Power, for memory, took on Wellington Phoenix last year. But Western Sydney Wanderers, another trip to Queensland. I remember Wanderers had a few games, Australia Cup games in Queensland last year. Western Sydney Wanderers going up to Queensland once again for Peninsula Power. We got some huge matchups in Queensland. Gold Coast Knights host Auckland. Brisbane City Olympic FC. Peninsula Power Wanderers. What else we got here? Newcastle Jets have just been drawn. There's your team, Sammy. There's your team. Newcastle Jets have been drawn. Could be an A-League team. Still got a few left over. Newcastle Jets will play Adelaide United. We have had that matchup before in the Cup. We have Adelaide United heading to Newcastle Jets. Another all A-League matchup there. There we go. An interesting one for those two teams then. A good test for those individual teams to see how they are tracking against an A-League rival. It's an A-League team indeed, Sam. How do you feel about that, Sam? Newcastle Jets, Adelaide United. Big J says, "Oh no, we're finished." From an Adelaide fan. Western United have been drawn. Sydney FC is still there, man. Sydney FC are still in the bowl. Still in the bowl. Western United will be there. It is. We'll be playing Sydney. Western United, Sydney FC in the round of 32. Who are the two teams left? Who have we got left over? Another All A-League matchup there. Western United, Sydney FC. We've got one more matchup to be drawn. Northern Tigers have been drawn from Sydney. Northern Tigers will be hosting. Who's left over? We're about to find out. Sydney United. So we've got another derby match there, I guess you could call it. Sydney United 58. Cup finalists in 2022. Wow. We'll be taking on NPL New South Wales opposition, Northern Tigers there. So you've got a all-Sydney matchup. Dude, I'll tell you what. This might be one of the best round of 32s I think we've ever seen. Wow. For you guys right now, how are you feeling about these matchups? Which matchups are screaming out to you? There are so many intriguing matchups here, really. Pardon me. Sam says, I'm not surprised. Every Australia Cup draw, we always verse an A-League side first. So, the matchups that I think we're looking at, SD Raiders Macarthur, will be great. The Queensland game, the games in Queensland are very intriguing. Gold Coast Knights will be hosting Auckland FC. That's Auckland's first ever game in the Australia Cup. Olympic Kingsway against Melbourne Victory will be intriguing. Obviously a huge match there for Olympic Kingsway. Perth Glory, Wellington Phoenix, a distance derby for the round of 32 as well. Apia Leichhardt hosting the A-League champions Melbourne City. That will be a fascinating matchup as well. And then we've got a few matchups of teams playing other teams from their own state. So Brisbane City Olympic FC are there. Northern Tigers, Sydney United, as mentioned. And then those A-League matchups as well. Jets, Adelaide, Western Sydney. South Hobart versus South Melbourne will be interesting. Peninsula Power hosting Wanderers. A lot going on. A lot going on there. When does the Australia Cup kick off? Asks Boston. I believe the specific dates have been laid out. It's in a couple weeks' time. It is in a few weeks' time. It's in July sometime. I can't remember the specific dates. Obviously, we will get the details for these matchups, I'm sure, in the coming days and weeks. But there's your matchups for the round of 32, folks. Some really intriguing matchups to keep an eye on. Some all A-League matchups, but there's so much to look forward to in this round of 32. Again, this might be the best round of 32 draw I think we've seen. There's just so much to be excited about in this round of 32. And we'll make sure to have plenty of content covering the round of 32 over the next couple of weeks. The next couple of months, I should say, of course. The final to be played either late September. The final itself is either late September or early October, hey? So, who will win it? And the cool thing is as well, we'll have to do a live stream for the round 16 draw. For those who don't recall, for the round of 16, they do the draw, but they also, as they did it for the first time last year, and they confirmed they are doing it for this year as well, they're doing the bracket system. So they'll draw the round of 16, but they'll also show you the pathways all the way to the final, which is very exciting. So we will get that for the round of 16 draw as well. Blinken says, dates TBC. Yep, we'll definitely keep an eye out for that. But, yeah, man, there's probably a few of these games I'm going to try and get to. It's been great to have the live streams back. This is our first live stream in some time, so we might have to do some live watch-alongs for a few of these games too. Boston says, I think next month the A-League fixtures get released too. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think that's maybe around July, August. Sometimes it's a bit later, the A-League fixtures. So I think last year it was like late July, wasn't it? Something like that, wasn't it? Yeah. Owen says MacArthur and SD Raiders are 18 minutes away from each other. There you go. That's a derby match. That'll be great, dude. That'll be great. That'll be awesome. How you doing with Jets football? Good to see you here, mate. Hope you're doing well. No worries, Boston. Thanks for tuning in. We will wrap it up there, folks. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to hit the like button on the way out. There is the draw for the round of 32. Plenty to be excited about. These matches will be taking place in July. Keep an eye on, obviously, the Australia Cup socials to see the details. But so many intriguing matches there. That's for sure. Guys, thanks very much for tuning in. This has been our first live stream for some time, so I appreciate you guys jumping in the live chat here tonight and joining us for this live Australia Cup draw reaction live stream. And we'll definitely make sure to do some watch-alongs for the round of 32 next month. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We've had a bunch of videos coming out on the channel. The Matildas preview video is out right now. That came out yesterday. And we've got some more fun videos planned for the coming weeks as well. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.